Have you ever wondered why so many people just seem to, well, struggle for years? You absolutely know the type. Or, hey, maybe you've even felt this way yourself at some point. You're working incredibly hard, you're grinding every single day, putting in those ridiculously long hours, and yet you just never quite seem to move the needle on the actual bank account. And then there's always that one person in your circle. Maybe it's a friend, maybe a former classmate, or just someone you follow online. They honestly don't seem to work any harder than you do, but somehow they are just effortlessly leveling up. They're always finding these amazing new opportunities. It's incredibly frustrating, right? And look, it is so easy to just point the finger and blame luck or the economy or the housing market. But wealth isn't an accident. And it definitely isn't just about landing a high-paying job. So, here is a rather hard truth for us to swallow. 40% of your daily actions, they actually aren't choices at all. They're just habits. You wake up, you check your phone, grab that coffee, do the commute, work, come home, and then boom, collapse on the couch to scroll social media. You're literally running a program. And this introduces us to a massive silent killer of wealth known as the autopilot problem. So welcome to this explainer where we are going to completely tear down the psychological architecture of the wealthy. Today, we're not going to sit here and talk about surface level advice like, cutting out your daily latte. We are going to give you a highly actionable blueprint to shift from reactive living over to proactive wealth building. We'll do this by looking at the silent, daily, almost invisible behaviors that truly separate the dreamers from the doers. All right, let's construct this foundation. We're looking at 6 key pillars today. 1, the autopilot problem. 2, the early morning edge. 3, the education investment. 4, the art of delayed gratification. 5, the networking paradox. And 6, building your luck. Let's get into it.
Starting right off with pillar number 1, the autopilot problem.
We really have to look at the invisible scripts that are running your day and keeping you trapped on that miserable hamster wheel of lifestyle creep. I mean, are you wired for survival? Because if you are, you'll always just be surviving, right? Living paycheck to paycheck. Even if you snag a raise, your habits will just magically expand to match your brand new income. The average person starts their day in this completely reactive survival mode. They're reacting to emails, texts, everybody else's agendas. But the ultra wealthy, they run the abundance program. They're proactive. They start their day by setting the tone for the world. They're the ones holding the pen. So you really have to ask yourself, are you just reacting to the world's demands, or are you proactively setting the tone for your own life? Which brings us seamlessly to pillar number 2, the early morning edge. Now, there is a massive misconception out there about the whole 5 a.m. club thing. Listen, waking up early just to be tired and miserable is a complete trap. You're not winning if you're exhausted. Instead, you need to capture what is known as the wealth hour. This is 90 minutes of pure, uninterrupted, deep work time before the rest of the world wakes up and demands your attention. This is literally the only time of the day where you have total, absolute control. And you use this window not to just do more work for your boss, but to read, think, exercise, learn a new skill, or really study a market. All right, moving on to pillar number 3, the education investment. We live in an age where information is entirely free, but wisdom is incredibly rare. Most people think their education totally ends the second they walk out of school, but the wealthy know that's exactly where it actually starts. If your content diet consists entirely of comedy clips and internet drama, you really can't expect your net worth to change. You have to establish a strict growth ratio. Basically, for every single hour of entertainment you enjoy, you must demand an hour of growth from yourself. Go read a finance book, listen to a business explainer, or study a biography. You absolutely have to ensure you're consuming content that makes you better, not just content that makes you feel good. And making this monumental shift really comes down to one incredibly powerful, very specific metric, the number 30. So why is this number so vital? Well, when you apply this tiny, tiny habit of reading for just 30 minutes daily, it mathematically compounds. It's wild. Over the course of a year, that 30 minutes a day translates to completing 20 to 30 full books. That gives you hundreds of hours of laser-focused development that 99% of your competitors simply do not have. By doing something this small but doing it consistently, you inevitably place yourself right in the top 1% of your field. Let's jump into pillar number 4, the art of delayed gratification. It's no secret most people are completely addicted to the hit of a new purchase. You know the feeling. It feels amazing for about 10 minutes, and then boom, you're left holding the bill. But it is absolutely crucial to stop confusing frugality with scarcity. Scarcity is this mindset of limitation, like, oh, I can't afford it. Frugality, on the other hand, that's a strategic choice. True wealth is simply your ability to trade that 10-minute high of buying something new for the long-term freedom of your future self. It's proudly saying, I am choosing to invest this right now so I can afford something so much bigger later. Let's look at the literal math of compounding here. Every single dollar you spend on a luxury car or flashy clothes is a dollar that isn't out there working for you. When you buy a depreciating asset on a loan today, you are essentially stealing from your future freedom. You're literally paying for it with years of your own life. But if you take that exact same money and invest it in a simple index fund or a business venture, that $1 could turn into $10. You are buying your time back. And once you start viewing money as bought freedom, I promise you your spending habits will transform overnight.
Now for pillar number 5, the networking paradox.
Here is a really fascinating truth. You actually have to change your identity before you change your bank account. A lot of people self-sabotage their own success because, frankly, the pressure of becoming successful is kind of scary. It's often called the fear of the finish line. It means you can no longer be the person who just complains about everything. You actually have to be the person who takes responsibility. So to avoid that trap, you must change your identity first. You got to stop trying to impress people who don't even care about you and start acting like a person who is entirely responsible for their own wealth. Seriously, even if you only have $100 to your name right now, you need to manage it with the exact same respect as a $100,000 portfolio. And a massive part of adopting that new identity is deeply understanding the true cost of saying yes. Every single time you say yes to a distraction or a toxic relationship or some totally waste of time meeting, you are directly saying no to your future wealth. Guarding your time is absolutely paramount. Why? Because while money can be replenished, your time simply cannot. The wealthy are absolute masters of the word no. Mastering the art of saying no clears all the clutter out of your life so you can finally see the hidden opportunities that were actually there all along. And finally, pillar number 6, building your luck. Look, if you want a different result in life, you have to break the broken record of yesterday. Most people literally just wake up and repeat yesterday over and over and over again. You can change this by spending just 5 little minutes every evening doing a daily review. Ask yourself 3 things. What did I do well today? What wasted my resources? And what must be improved tomorrow? It's that simple. It keeps you conscious, it keeps you accountable, and it ensures you're constantly adjusting your trajectory towards your big goals. And this habit of constant adjustment, that leads us straight to the reality of luck. Because yes, luck absolutely exists. But there is this incredible concept called luck surface area. The wealthy do not just sit around their houses crossing their fingers waiting for luck to magically strike. They actively expand their luck surface area. By constantly building, constantly learning, meeting new people, and sharing your work, you are effectively creating a massive magnetic field for opportunity. You manufacture your own breaks, so that when opportunity finally does knock, you've already spent years preparing to open the door. So as we wrap up this blueprint, I want you to take a second and imagine yourself 5 years from now, having done these small, boring, highly consistent things every single day. You finally have peace of mind, you have choices, and you have true freedom. So instead of burning yourself out by trying to overhaul your entire life in one single day, because we all know that's a total trap, I want to leave you with this provocative question. What is one small, boring, consistent habit that you will start tomorrow? Pick just one. Is it the 30-minute reading rule? Maybe the daily review? Leave it in the comments below, hold yourself accountable right now, and start building your bridge to freedom today. I will see you in the next one.